Good. All right. Post-mortem.
All right. First of all, to all my loyal people out there, thank you. I love you. And I appreciate you and all the love and support. Blake here. And everybody else talking bad shit.
I wasn't talking shit. I never talk shit. Let's get this right. I never talk shit. I just gave you facts.
Okay.
All I did was give facts.
Now. This motherfucking team, okay? All they do is stress me out. Give me fucking... Sorry, I'm losing my shit here, okay? All they do is stress me the fuck out. Give me anxiety. Make me lose weight. Okay?
Oh, God.
Give me heart palpitations, okay? Sam Darnold got factory reset after that water bath that gave him the fucking dressing room, okay? He reverted back to the Jets, Sam Darnold. Now I know what you're going to say. A lot of it's the play calling, okay? It takes forever to develop the routes, and we have no dink and dunk plays. We had some last night, so it's not entirely true. Defense plays horribly because they're always on the field. You can't ask your defense to play 48 minutes out of 60, okay? It is what it is. When we're going 3 and out every minute and a half, it's brutal. Now, Sam Darnold is still not the quarterback that we need. Play calling or not, okay? Because Sam Darnold held on to the ball too goddamn long last night. Okay? Mm-hmm. He missed like 4 reads. Okay? Mm-hmm. Wait. Let me lie. Because the plane is probably landing in Cancun right now for them too, so let me lie. This fucking team, which I love. Look. I have everything. I wear something of the Vikings every day. Like, I'm the biggest diehard Viking fan you're ever gonna meet. And I'm tired, boss. Like, we deserve better. We deserve some kind of structure. We deserve, as much as Kevin O'Connell's a great play caller, OC, whatever, we need some hard-nosed coach to come in and just be like, y'all motherfuckers need to do better, period. Okay? I listened to Josh Metellus' pregame speech on the field. I didn't feel that inspired. Like, he wasn't... Like, when I think of pregame speeches, I think of Ray Lewis. You know, I think of, like, Luke Kuechly, J.J. Watt, all these guys who, like, lose to fire the team up. I didn't feel fired up by Metellus. And I like Metellus. But, like, the fuck are we doing, man? Like, I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. That was a horrible loss last night. Yes, you said it. The Rams are better defense, better running back. Well, okay. I know. And we'll get to your point in a second. But still, man. Still, we deserve more. We deserve better. And I'm at a fucking loss of what to do. Obviously, JJ is the future McCarthy, not Jettas. But fuck, man. We just need to get it together. And it's brutal, man. It's fucking brutal. So, go ahead. Tell me. Tell me. That's where we're at. You can say you told me because you did. You told me. You said this. That's all. We went through it. You said it. So just go ahead.
Like I messaged you last night. What did I say? I said 1, they're predictable. 2, they've never been in a tough position. 3, no running game. 4, no short game. 5, they only throw the ball deep. And 6, they don't have a veteran quarterback. And they're playing. Right on the ass. Staff said, yeah, okay. Move along, young buck. See you next year. That's what we got. I mean, let's be honest. Watch the game. Number one problem, well, I don't know if you want to call it a problem. It's not really a problem. The thing is, and I mean this with all due respect, but your team overshot this year.
100%.
They overshot. So I think you and any other diehard Vikings fan, go cry in the shower, play your songs, love hurts, love scars, all your shit, get your stuff out, go cry, get your bottle of wine, go cry in the, you know what I mean? Like the,
Whiskey.
like the girl after, like the girl after the club wouldn't get whatever, just do your shit. But
I always have to go to the club.
But, in all honesty, they overshot a lot. Biggest issue, like I said in the previous pod that we did, is that you're predictable. And it was a case all season. You are a highly talented team. Highly talented. You got Addison. You got Justin Jefferson. You got, you got Hawk. You got all these things. But the thing is, and I think it happens to a lot of good teams that we see, is that you guys didn't come up against enough adversity and were forced into enough situations where you had to adjust. You had to figure out a different way to win. Because if you look at the majority of your wins, what happened?
I did today. I went through it today, all of them.
Defense plays great.
Yeah.
And they still played good.
Yeah.
You get a lot of home run shots. And then off your home run shots, Aaron Jones runs wild because everyone's so afraid about getting deep, then they start throwing the ball short. Problem is, when you get to playoff football, you're coming up not against you're not coming up against the Jets and Carolina and Chicago and all these teams here, even the teams that were good, like mid-tier teams that had some part of the aspect of the team that was good. Everybody at this point has got their shit together. Everybody is well coached. Everybody understands, and it's a lot of veteran coaching that you come up against. And I will go out right away because I went back and watched the recaps, like the 40 instead of the 3 hour. I watched like the 40-minute recap.
Yeah.
And for me, sure, Sam Darnold made one or two throws that were like not great towards second half later on because he was trying. But it wasn't that. Your play calling was highly predictable. Every route developed 10 yards downfield, and everything was happening way too late. If you watch how fast those guys got in the backfield, there were I don't remember seeing a slant route all game. I don't remember seeing a tight end drag all game. I don't remember seeing Aaron Jones getting released right into the middle of the field all game. And they knew this. They knew this because they were sending 4 and 5 guys every down. They were running straight at you guys and just saying, you know what really kind of drove me nuts, especially from a McConnell perspective. He actually could have kept the exact same game plan. Had he put in QB runs, would have been no problem. But he didn't put in one. He did not put, and a lot of people really, Sam Darnold's garbage. I don't think Sam Darnold's garbage. I think they didn't get a proper game plan. I don't think they got proper, and I think the problem is that McConnell, good coach, great offensive coordinator. O'Connell, good coach.
Yeah.
Okay. Not enough experience in hard situations, not enough adaptability yet. He has not learned all the lessons yet. And because of that, and because of having a Justin Jefferson on the field, who is literally a cheat code, who you can just throw to all the time, doesn't kind of understand what to do when you don't have that option anymore. And that was that team, the Vikings' biggest problem. you kept seeing them try to go back to the exact same thing that they base their offense on, which is trying to get the ball to Jefferson in some aspect, and they couldn't because they would double, they would triple, they basically would like dare them, like throw to Addison, throw to Hawkinson, throw out of the backfield, do it, prove to us that you will do it, and they didn't. Every route was like 15, 20 yards trying to get Jefferson downfield. It was like trying to get the ball deep, trying to do something, and they were just getting the shit bull rushed out of them. They were just getting every down. They were getting pushed. And the same way like your defense was getting the shit, like was basically just tired, the O-line just got tired because they kept
100%.
calling pass plays where they kept having to go 4 and 5 step drops, and they're sitting there. Darnold's freaking out because he knows one of the guys is going to get through. So he's got to figure out a way to step into a pocket and make a 15, 20-yard throw that he doesn't have time to make. So I don't think the Vikings are bad. I want to make it clear. I think the Vikings are a very good team. I think the Vikings are on par with the Lions and all the other good teams. The difference between those other teams and the Vikings is that the coaching is so much better on the other teams. So much better. You got the talent.
Yeah.
You should, in my mind, if they're smart, they're going to sign Darnold to another 2-year extension and allow him. And O'Connell's going to learn his lesson and understand that, listen, we have to be a multifaceted team. We cannot just keep throwing the ball to one guy the whole time. You know who they looked like exactly? The Dallas Cowboys. The game was exactly the same as watching a Dallas game because kept trying to get the ball to CeeDee Lamb all day, every day.
Yeah.
Dak starts freaking out because he can't get the ball. He can't get the ball there. They keep calling plays to give him the ball. The O-line starts to get run over because they're trying to pass protect for like 7 plays in a row, and the running backs got nothing to do with the game plan. So they're just coming. They're just coming all day, all night. Don't care. Fuck you. We're just going to get our shit done. It looked exactly the same. And it's like O'Connell got to a point to where he just didn't know what to do. Like he didn't know what to do. He didn't know where to go, how to play with it, how to change it. He didn't know how to do anything. And then you end up in this situation that you're in where it's like you got to the third quarter and we all knew there was no chance he coming back because he had no answers. He couldn't start running the ball at that point because it was already too late.
But I don't know if I think we should sign Darnold as a bridge player. I don't think we should have him as like he's our guy. Obviously, Jage is the guy. But as a bridge player,
you don't know if JJ is the guy yet. You had a small sample size of what he was capable of, what he showed before he hurt his knee, right? In preseason.
Here's the thing. Sam Darnold got 14 wins. Kevin O'Connell could have got 8 to 10 out of JJ McCarthy, I feel. So,
but does that do any good for you? But does that do any good for you though?
We're still in playoffs, coming to 7th seed. And
then you're in the same predicament you're in now.
Okay,
except now it's
the same outcome. The difference is JJ McCarthy gets experience now, instead of having to a whole another year of getting him experience and having, let's say, another 8 or 10 win season next season. Because now we're in the same fucking spot. We're not going to get any.
Let's put it this way: would you rather have a Bryce Young situation, or would you rather have a Jordan Love situation?
Jordan Love, except for J-Lo this weekend, didn't do fuck all.
Yeah, but same situation, same exact thing. What's his name? Didn't know how to call it. Didn't know how to call a game against a coach who knew what he was going to try to do. It's the same deal, man. It's like playoffs. Playoff ball comes down to coaching and execution. That's 100%. It. Everybody's on the same tier. Anybody at that point can win because if anything, them Texans shouldn't have won that game.
100%.
The Texans shouldn't have been in the game. But do you know how they won? They got out-coached. D'Amico knew exactly what he wanted to do on defense, and he led them into doing exactly. He dared them to throw the ball where they threw it, and Stingley and them just made plays. 100%. That's it.
But do you think that Andy Reid's going to get out-coached by D'Amico Ryans?
No, but it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think.
I
think Andy always knows,
but Casey's coming.
Andy and them always know because again, it comes down to veteran. Like Andy knows what he's doing. Mahomes knows what he's doing. Kelsey knows what he's doing. Everybody else on that squad has been through multiple scenarios.
Like
D-Hop, like it comes down to experience. It comes down to experience. That's it. The only way any of this works out in the Titans' favor is if Mixon goes off.
Texas' favor.
If Mix goes off, and runs the ball like crazy, gets through the line and forces them into like some kind of play, it is the only chance they have. What
does Casey rank that defensive wise, stopping the run? I think they're pretty good.
They're in the top 10 for sure. Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's Mixon. Mixon's one of those guys, man. It's like it's the same thing. Like it's Mixon, it's Saquon, it's one of those dudes like they can go.
Defensive genius is not.
Spaggy's the best, man. Don't get me wrong. Spaggy is the best.
He's gonna stop Mixon. It's not gonna happen.
That's my next point though. That they're gonna know exactly what it is. Like they know how they want to win or how they're gonna win, and they're gonna do everything to stop that one way that they're gonna win. They're not gonna allow them to do it. 100%. Like it's the same deal. It's the exact same deal. That's why I'm saying, like, when it comes down to these games, it comes down to coaching. It comes down to execution. Even if you're not the better team on paper, it's about who. At this point in the year, it's all about execution. You could be the worst team. The Patriots were the worst team on paper for years.
Yeah,
years.
Yeah, no running back.
And they executed to perfection every single fucking game. Even Kansas City now, you could argue and say that Kansas City on paper is not that impressive.
They're not.
But they execute everything perfectly. And that's what playoffs is all about. It's about who executes perfectly, who does things fucking 100%. Flawlessly. 100%. And that's the only reason that I was like, your Vikings are probably not going to win. Because they are one of those teams. You know what they are? They're that team that comes in and has like 4 5-star fucking players who the coach doesn't even need to really call plays. He just lets the talent take care of itself. And in the regular season, that works because everyone's playing. There's tons of games. Coaches can't fucking prepare for just one game. They got to look at this game, then the game the next week, and the next week, and the next week. But this is one game and you're gone. So all of the effort goes into how do we stop these guys? How do we stop these people? How do we do this? Like, it's not Justin Jefferson's fault. And even to a limitation, it's not Sam Darnold's fault. They got out-coached. And, like, the one thing
but I feel like if we had a more experienced quarterback, at least the score would have been.
You still would have been in the exact same position because the plays that were being called were not – like, they were not the plays that were going to win you the game.
If Matthew Stafford is our quarterback, the score is not the same.
But Matthew Stafford is the quarterback for the Rams, not for you.
Matthew Stafford is just a different. If we have Matthew Stafford in last,
but dude, if you've got Pat Mahomes, if you've got Lamar Jackson, if you got whatever, like that's not the thing, man. You got to live and die with your dudes. The problem is not.
I do.
Sam.
I'm just saying.
Listen,
I think.
But listen, Sam is good enough to get you where you need to go. He's good enough. The problem is that your your coach has to stop being a one-trick pony. He has to stop trying to create these evasive, elusive, highly complicated 4 or 5-step route trees that take forever to go. Because when you come up against guys like the Rams who have a bunch of D-line who can run like 4.4s, you're fucked. There's nothing you can do. The guys can't block that long. They just can't. Someone's going to get in. And Darnold's going to, if Darnold is waiting on a 4 or 5-step route, if he's waiting for a Jefferson deep in route, right? What happens if that linebacker just sits up in the middle of the field and just stands there? Okay, so now I can't throw to JJ. So now what do? Well, we didn't really plan for that because now you got a deep in, but then you got a short out. But I can't throw the short out because the guy sitting in the cover 2 who's watching that route. So the route that should have got beat is not beat because the linebacker's in the middle. And that's all got to happen while you got a 4.4 guy who's 260 pounds bearing down on you. Like, to me, it was like from the get-go, Darnold didn't even it's like he was handcuffed to what he could do. And he knew it because you could see in the chances and in the throws that he was trying to make that, it's not that they were bad throws. It's that it was the only thing to do. The only spot he could throw was where he threw it, hoping someone was going to make a play. He threw a couple to Hawkinson on a couple of routes because they let up and they played man, or they came on a two-guy blitz. Like, they tried, but like, I mean, they can blame Sam Darnold all they want, but the fact of the matter is, you look at O'Connell, like, when he comes up against good defenses that know his strategy, he gets fucked. He gets fucked.
Okay. But here's the thing, and I told you this in our previous talks. I don't think O'Connell should be the head coach. I know this is a weird thing for me to say on my own team.
It wouldn't change anything.
It would, because he won with McVay. He won a Super Bowl with McVay. He was the OC when McVay was Super Bowl. So he can call plays. It's not a problem. He's a good play caller. And I'm sure McVay probably sometimes like, hey, bro.
And I didn't even mention that. I completely forgot about that yesterday, but he's a McVay guy.
Yes.
He played daddy.
Yes, he did. That's why I'm saying O'Connell should be the head coach. It was daddy versus his son. Yes, exactly.
But it doesn't matter because daddy's like, dude, I know exactly what you want to run. I know exactly what you're going to do. You have no shot.
That. Exactly.
I showed you how to do this. I know what you're going to do. And he still did it anyways. Like,
that's why I'm saying he shouldn't be a head coach. He should just be only an OC.
It's like, we need a head coach.
We need another head coach. What are we talking about? And say, listen here, Kevin, you're gonna call certain place. If it don't work, we're gonna change it up because your shit ain't fucking working. He needs someone above him to tell him these things. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Great play caller. I don't think he should be head coach. That's my hot take. It's my team who's the most loyal guy to my fighting, and I'm saying that Kevin O'Connell should not be the head coach.
I mean, you can make the argument and say that most OCs shouldn't be head coaches because they won't do.
Most play callers should not be head coaches, DC or OC. I think if you're a head coach, manage the game, manage your coaches, manage your personnel. Don't worry about, like, if you're a play caller, be a play caller. And then if you're fucking up too much, your head coach says to you, hey, bro, come here. Let me talk to you for a minute. That shit ain't fucking working. Knock it off. That's what should happen. Switch up your fucking game plan because it's not fucking working. But he doesn't have anybody above him. That's the issue. So there's his own devices. He's like a kid with a tablet who doesn't have a time limit on their shit. That's what it is. They're just out there like, oh, cool, yeah. And meanwhile, mommy and daddy are in the back doing God knows what, probably having fun with each other and not watching little Timmy on his tablet look at everything else. You got to have some control, man. And I just don't think Kevin O'Connell has the control. Like you said, doesn't change his game plan up. Still called us in there, being predictable. Someone's going to be like, hey, man.
You know what, dude? Again, it comes down to it's the premise for the league right now where you have a lot of guys who there's a lot of, throw in the young head coach, throw in the new quarterback. It's a trend. It's a trend. And it's kind of fading away now. Like, guys are starting to come more realistic and understand that, like, listen, there are some guys, you do hit a Sean McVay every once in a while who can just walk into a place and be a legit coach for a long time and know what he's doing. You'll hit those every once in a blue moon, but they can't be a trend. Like, everything's got to be looked at in a case by case basis. And the fact of the matter is that O'Connell is a good coach, but he's young, so he's going to make mistakes. They're going to grow. He's going to learn. He's going to understand how to play. He's going to understand what he did wrong. He's going to understand that he cannot put his whole offense based on one guy. He can't. He's got to figure out a way to get everybody, like, everything. And he also, big mistake, is that, and if you listen, Andy Reid said it. Bill Belichick said it a couple of times on the Pat McAfee show. You can't do all your bag of tricks in the season. You always got to have something that no one's ever seen before.
I was hoping that he had something that he didn't show everybody all season. And he's like, you know what? Y'all thought you knew my system? Boom. Here's 12 different plays that you haven't seen all year. That's what I was hoping.
The problem is when you look at teams that blow out teams like that, like, more often than not, they're doing everything they can to win games. And by everything, I mean, like, they're opening the whole bag and right off the bat and letting people know what's going to go on. Like, the only team that I could see that does things like that may not fall under that same premise is the Lions. Maybe. But they also may lose because everyone's seen everything they do. But I don't know.
but also
Ben Johnson seems to Ben Johnson's.
They take too many risks.
They go for it more than anybody else.
Yeah, but that's gonna backfire on them, bro.
It hasn't yet.
Because look who they played.
It hasn't yet.
Look who they played.
Dude, they played everybody and they've smashed everybody. They played everybody and they've smashed everybody with a depleting roster. A depleted roster. They are in the teens of guys who are on their who are in the IR. Like if any other team in the NFL had as many injuries as the Lions, would not even be close to competitive. 100%. And the fact that they just keep coming out and they just keep fucking running, they just keep doing their shit and they never stop. Like, I don't know what they're on. I don't know what magic sauce Dan Campbell has. Maybe just says, hey man, we're just gonna fucking go in. We're just gonna do our shit, man. That's what we do. Like, but it's different. It maybe because he's under the Belichick tree and they just do whatever they got to do, and he just happens to be in a position where he's got so much talent around him that like there's just no stopping him. Like I don't know, but it's just like he's in a blessed situation where Montgomery gets injured, but they've got the better guy in Jahmyr Gibbs who can run the ball, who can still run the ball 20-something times a game, and no problem.
They lost to Buffalo and Tampa.
Sure. Buffalo and Tampa are good teams, though. And and when they lost to Buffalo, what did they lose to Buffalo by?
It was 48-42.
That's not like, okay, listen, there's losses, and then there's like, we just didn't end up with the ball at the end of the game.
True, but Buffalo has one of the worst run defenses in the league. And that at that time they had both Montgomery and Gibbs, the 1-2 punch. Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying is,
you know what it is? That's a mistake being made that they rectify.
They didn't beat anybody that special. They literally played almost everybody that we played. Okay, they beat Tennessee. We didn't play Tennessee. They beat Houston. We played Houston. We beat Houston. They played Jacksonville. We beat Jacksonville. They played Indianapolis. We beat Indianapolis. They played Chicago twice. So did we. Beat them both twice. San Fran. We beat San Fran. The only team that they beat above us was LA. They beat the Rams. We didn't.
Yep.
But every other team they played, we had almost the same schedule except for
who beat
Dallas, Buffalo, and San Fran. And not San Fran. We played San Fran. Dallas, Buffalo, Tennessee. Every other game, we played the same teams. We beat everybody else.
But that one team that they beat that you didn't, who beat you?
The one team that they beat that LA was LA. Listen, we had 4 losses all year, and 4 by the same was Detroit and LA. 2-2, both of them.
Listen, there's a reason why in the Patriots dynasty, the one year they didn't win was the year that they went perfect. There's a reason. Because if you go perfect, you don't learn from your mistakes. That's the problem. You got to make
helmet catch. Eli Manning was almost sacked.
Listen. We played like we were a 9-8 team. We were wild card both years that the Giants won. They were a wild card team.
I know.
Ahmad Bradshaw, like that was the runner. Again, system, just ran a fucking system, perfect. You know why? Because Tom Coughlin is one of the greatest fucking coaches ever.
100%.
Everybody hates him, but you know what? He's one of the greatest coaches ever. That's what it is. One day he'll go in the Hall of Fame and people will realize how good he was. Not a lot of people liked him, but it didn't matter. He took Tiki Barber from being a fumblerooski to one of the best running backs in the NFL. And you know what that is? Good coaching.
I know. It's not what I'm saying. It's not what I'm fucking saying. I get it. The point is, all I'm saying is, other than Buffalo and only Buffalo, Detroit was not tested this year at all. Every other score, I'm looking at the scores right now. They blew everyone out, and everybody they blew out is every team that we beat, other than Dallas, because we didn't play Dallas. And I'm sure if we played Dallas, we would have beat Dallas.
Detroit Lions.
Look, I'm looking at it right now. They beat LA first game.
I know. I'm just cross-referencing. Easy, brother. Easy.
But every other team we played them to and beat every other team also.
Easy, brother. Easy, brother.
Identical schedule.
Is this year? What,
Yeah, except for Tennessee.
Wait, hold on. Is this year? Yeah, okay, wait. No, I'm looking at it right. Okay. So they beat you guys 31-9 the first game. No, wait, that was 8-16.
Last game.
No,
That's last game.
that was last game. Sorry, looking at it wrong. Sorry. Okay, they lost to the Giants 3-14 the first week. So that was their first. So they lost that. So they learned.
No, we didn't lose the Giants.
Am I looking at the wrong year? I'm looking at the wrong year. I'm sorry.
The wrong year, bro. Yeah.
Postseason. Sorry, postseason. No, I don't want postseason. I want normal.
You're looking at preseason.
No, because it's listing out a bunch of home schedule. No, I don't want the home schedule.
The first game was LA. I'm looking at it right now. First game's LA. They won in OT 26-20 against LA. Against the Rams. Second game, they lost to Tampa Bay 2016. Third game, one is Arizona 2013. Fourth game, they played Seattle. They won 42-29. Bye week, then they played Dallas. They won 47-9. Then us, 31-29 on the last second kick. That was the closest game that we had. Then they won against Tennessee 52-14. But who can't beat Tennessee?
But they do.
That's what I'm saying. Then Green Bay they beat. Then they beat Houston. Then they beat Jacksonville, Indy, Chicago, Green Bay, lost to Buffalo. One against Chicago, one against San Fran, and one against us again. That's the schedule. The Vikings schedule is almost identical. Literally. We had 2 losses in the middle of the season, and that's when we played Detroit and then LA back-to-back, which was
here we go.
End the season and playoffs.
Right. LA 26-20.
OT.
Yeah, okay.
Right,
close game.
Yeah.
Close game. Tampa Bay, they lost 16, so they lost by 4. Arizona, they won by 5. They won by 6. Seattle, they won by a shitload. Dallas, they won by a shitload. Minnesota, they beat you guys by 3. Tennessee, they beat 52-14.
By 2, 31-29.
Oh, whatever. Green Bay, they beat 24-14. Houston, they beat 26-23. Jacksonville, 52-6. Indianapolis, 24-6, 23-20. Then they beat 34-31. Then they beat Buffalo 42-48. And then they beat Chicago 34. Sorry, it was still 42-48. And then they lost, and they won 34-17, 40-34 against San Francisco. And then they beat you guys 31-9. Very good. And then, yeah. So, understandable. And then if we go to the not the Lions, we go to the fake purple team.
You're not gonna do that.
They're not the real purple. No. They ain't the real purple team.
They're
not the real purple.
People eaters. We're the real purple.
You ain't eating nothing.
Doesn't matter. We are the purple people eaters. It's literally our nickname.
Quote the Raven, nevermore.
You guys are not the Ravens. I'm not in your team. The Ravens are not the real purple team. Okay.
I love.
Who's your team, Blake?
Okay, so let's go.
We got. Let's get past that.
I'm a legacy. Listen, I'm a legacy Giant fan because my dad played for them. That's it.
I know. I'm just saying.
That's it.
That's your team.
The teams I love, the teams I have a hat for, are San Francisco and Baltimore. Those are the 2 teams because my dad used to be a Baltimore
team this year. Remember that?
Yeah, that's okay though. That's fine. I'm okay.
And we beat your legacy team, the Giants, 28-6.
I'm okay. I'm okay with it.
Just saying.
I don't expect anything of it. That's why I'm not the one here barking on Instagram and Facebook about how good my team was.
To. What do you mean, bro? This is what I do. I talk trash on Sundays, and on game day, that's what I do. That's what, and then people talk.
And now you got to eat it.
100%. But I'm here.
Now you got to eat it.
You know what? Shit eating.
You're getting purple people. You're getting purple people eated right now. Okay, so 28-6. Good. 23-17, 34-7, 31-29, 23-17, 29-31 loss. Then another loss to the Rams, 20-30. 21-13, 12-7, 23-13, 30-27, 23-22, 42-21, 30-27, 27-24, 27-25, and then 31-9. Okay, good. So if we look at the teams that they came up against, and if you look in the situations of, so if we look here and we see, we got, for game 1, the high passer was Sam Darnold. The high rusher was Aaron Jones. The high receiver was Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
So it was not your receiver. Second game, it was Brock Purdy. That's why you lost. Jordan Mason ran for 100. Justin Jefferson still went for 133.
We didn't lose. We lost. We won.
Yeah. No, sorry. No, yeah, you won. Sorry. Excuse me. Then 34-7. CJ Stroud, Aaron Jones, Stephon Diggs. Jones was so you got 1 out of 3. Green Bay Packers, the game you won. Jordan Love threw for more. Aaron Jones ran. Jaden Reed. Aaron Rodgers against the Jets. You only beat the Jets 23-17. Just putting that out there.
I know.
Aaron Rodgers 244. Ty Chandler's 30 yards.
A W's the high rush.
Garrett Wilson, that's fine. And then when you face the Lions, which you won, Jared Goff.
We lost.
Oh, sorry, you lost. Sorry. Jared Goff 280, Jahmyr Gibbs 116, Amon St. Raw 112. When you played the Rams and you lost, Matthew Stafford 279, Kyrie Williams, Justin Jefferson 115. So you see, the problem is you just played guys who had your number.
100%. I'm not saying the opposite.
They just had your number. That's what it is. They just coach. McVay knew
because
McVay knew what the funnel does, that's all.
I'm just bitching, and I'm allowed to bitch because I'm an old ass fucking man who's been watching this team every year. I have to fucking say, "Oh, we'll try next year." I'm fucking tired of saying we're fucking trying next year. Do you understand? We're the most playoff visited team without a Super Bowl. You know that? We have 34 playoff fucking visits and wins or whatever the fuck it is without a Super Bowl. It's the most in history. That is it's an insane stat.
Well, I mean, listen, you could be the Jets.
Whoa. I'm not going to go that far down because that's just...
You could be the Jets.
I would never be the fucking Jets. And any Jets fans listening and watching this show, I feel sorry for you. Because you have a teenager running your organization, and Daddy Warbucks up there letting his son fucking roll the free agents is crazy.
How many Super Bowls do the Vikings have?
How many what?
How many Super Bowls do the Vikings have?
0. We have 4 visits Super Bowl, and we lost all 4, all by blowout.
Okay, so just putting it out there, the Jets have won a Super Bowl.
God damn it! Like, why did you do that to me, bro? Like,
the Jets have won a Super Bowl.
They won what? How many did they win?
1. Just can't talk shit because he ain't won. That's how it works.
Fuck. Okay, Jets fans, fuck you. So, what other team has not won one? I know there's quite a bit.
Oh, you got Jacksonville. Actually, wait, no, Jacksonville's been there. Jacksonville's actually gotten to a Super Bowl.
Have they won?
Yeah, Mark Brunell.
He won?
No, he didn't win, but they got there.
Okay, well, we've been to 4. I'm not talking about who won. Fuck the visits. Who won? Because we visited 4 times and we sightseed everything. We're like, oh, cool, this is nice, and we fucking went home with nothing. So
let's see.
Because visits, who's a shit? You visited. Woo, big deal. I got a T-shirt. Did you win it? No.
Well, they could say the same thing about you, right?
That's what I said. 4 times we visited and got nothing. Jacksonville's been 1 time, got nothing. I want to know who won it. Who hasn't won it? So Jacksonville hasn't won. So it's us, Jacksonville. Texans haven't won.
Which teams have
I doubt that Titans they won. Cardinals. Oh, the Cardinals won. No, they lost to Steelers.
Which teams have no Super Bowl wins? The 12 teams that have never won the Super Bowl.
Let's hear it.
Here you go. Let's see. Buffalo Bills, 4 Super Bowl appearances, never won.
Yeah, them too. Fuck
Minnesota Vikings, 4 Super Bowl appearances, never won. Atlanta Falcons, been there twice, never won.
Yeah, that's right.
Carolina Panthers, been there twice, never won.
Trash team.
Cincinnati Bengals, been there twice, never won.
Trash
team. Arizona,
trash team.
Never won. The Chargers were there that 1 year. Tennessee Titans were there that 1 year. Cleveland Brown have never, ever been there.
Who?
The Cleveland Brown have never been to a Super Bowl.
They just have a horrible audition to get.
Detroit has not been there yet.
Exactly.
Houston Texans have not been there yet.
Exactly.
Jacksonville. Nope, Jacksonville's never been there. And yeah, that's it. So you have Jacksonville, Houston, Detroit, Cleveland, Tennessee, Los Angeles Chargers, Arizona Cardinals, Cincinnati Bengals, Carolina Panthers, Atlanta Falcons, and the Minnesota Vikings are the teams that have not won a Super Bowl.
It's the fucking depressing list that we're on that list. It's depressing.
What can I tell you, dude? What can I tell you?
Like, I'm hurt, okay? And until we get a real, I don't want to say a real team. We're a real team. We're a good team. Until we have a team that the media stops disrespecting, I'll be.
Yeah, but the team will always. You can't, dude. How are you going to say that when look at what Dan Campbell's done with Detroit?
Exactly
Detroit has been the joke of the NFL for the last,
and now they're not
since Barry Sanders left.
And now
look what they've never asked for any kind of, oh, don't dog us, whatever. They're like, yo, we hate everybody.
I said I don't want to be. I want to have a team that is not.
You said we're never going to have a team until they stop dogging us. That's what they do.
No,
what I said is
I want a team that is not disrespected. I want to have a real team. Is what I said.
But you do have a real team. Your team just got outcoached because they're young.
A team that is going to go into playoffs and people go, oh shit, that was a real contender. We weren't a real contender this year. We're a good team, but we weren't a contender. I can say that. Yeah. I am the first person to fucking say
it's the first year that O'Connell's taken a team to the playoffs.
No, so second.
Just gotta let him cook, man. Just give him some time.
He went last year. Daniel Jones fucking diced us up like some fucking Japanese.
Yeah, Daniel Jones diced you up. That should show you exactly what happened. Like
exactly my point. He diced like the fucking Japanese against
Daniel Jones can dice you up, but that's why they went and got Flores, right? And then your defense became really good. So now this next year when they come back, he's gonna have a better game plan. He's gonna stop depending on Justin Jefferson. Jefferson's probably not going to be top. He'll probably won't be the top receiver next year because they're going to start giving the ball out a little bit more often. They're going to do a couple more draft picks. They're going to get a couple more linemen in there so guys aren't as tired. They're going to go get a bruiser running back from somewhere, and then you're going to be a great team. That's the only thing you guys don't have. You guys just don't have a run game that is supportive. You guys can't walk into a game and be like, you know what? We're not going to throw it one down. We're going to run this ball down your fucking throat all day long.
Not since AP. AP was
but then when you had AP, you didn't have a pass game. So they just ran the ball 20,000 yards.
Fucking gunslinger Favre after Culpepper left. Because Culpepper had a crazy arm. And then we had Percy Harvin, who was the fastest receiver in the league at the time. And then as Sidney Rice, but Sidney Rice was like a possession guy. But Harvin was the guy. And Harvin was always hurt. So it was just like, we couldn't catch a fucking break, man. It was crazy.
You're a piece away. Like I'm telling you, you got to stop being so pessimistic. You're a piece away.
I'm depressed. There's a difference.
Well, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be because you guys you're in a good position. You've locked up a lot of the guys who you need to have locked up. You got JJ. Addison's still on a rookie contract. You got Aaron Jones is not going to go anywhere because he's at the tailor end of his career, so he's not going to dip again. You guys got good O-linemen stacked up. Your defense is it's a legit defense. You need a corner. You need another corner so that you can stop. So stop. No, keep him on the team. Let him still kind of coach the youngins. Let him figure it out. It's fine. He still made a couple of nice plays in that game. Don't get me wrong, but you need a corner and you need a running back. And if you get those two things, you guys are going to be right there. You're going to be right there with the Lions. That's it. That's all. I knew this game. I knew this game. You didn't have. I knew this year you didn't have it. You were missing crucial pieces. It's not. You can't be. And another thing too is the kind of game that O'Connell is playing. You can't play that in the NFC North. You can't play. Even if you play in a dome, you've got to understand that the other three teams in your division are all outdoor teams.
No, not Detroit.
Detroit, yes. Okay. Well, not Detroit, but whatever. The 2 out of 4 teams now that are all NFC North football, NFC or AFC is run.
Yeah.
It's run football. You're in the North. You're in the cold. regardless if you're indoor or outdoor, you've got to be a team that can bruise. You can't be a highlight reel. You can't, because it does not last. It doesn't. The way that you win playoff games and get to the Super Bowl is by being able to run the ball down a fucking guy's throat. That's it. That's why Frisco became shit at the end of the year, because McCaffrey got hurt, then Mason got hurt, and they didn't have anybody who could run the ball. And then if West Coast offense is predicated off play action, if there's no play action, then there's nothing to get anybody to come in. That's it. So they're fucked. They know that. Shanahan knows that. He did his best, but it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. So, like, you guys are in a good position. You don't have any injuries. You don't have any, like, glooming problems. The only situation you have is you're just a couple of things. You're a couple of pieces short. That's it. And a little bit of inexperience. So he went to the playoffs. He fucked up. Okay, cool, whatever. Darnold's there. If they're smart, especially because in the position they're in right now, Darnold is going to be worth maybe 32, 33, like 33 million. You sign him that for, like, so you pay him like $100 million for 3 years with an option on the third year. That's cheap for a starting quarterback, especially for someone who's played
he's not getting 60 anymore, like, or 50, what he was.
No, he's not. So that's good for you guys, because that means you can
100%.
bring in other talent.
Yeah.
So that's fine. So you keep him, you keep McCarthy. Make sure McCarthy's actually something, because he just came off an injury. You don't know how or what he's like yet. You have nothing, like you don't have a big enough sample size to know whether or not this guy's going to crumble or whatever it is. You've seen some glimpses, but you don't know how it's going to be. Either way, you sign up for a year, like 2-3 more years. You have McCarthy in the background. If for some reason it comes up that, hey, man, we got to play McCarthy, fantastic. You still got Darnold if you need him, and you're still going to be there, and you still have, like, you can keep the ball rolling.
But wait.
Because if you go, let's put it this way. If you put McCarthy in right now, inexperienced, no run game, no real run game except for Aaron Jones, strong defense, you're going to burn him out. Because what's going to happen? He's going to throw wait. He's going to throw the ball 25, 30 times a game. He's going to make a lot of stupid mistakes. He's going to do a lot of dumb things, and then he's going to get afraid to throw the ball because he makes a lot of stupid decisions. Like, the reason why that offense works is because you have somebody like Darnold who has been around the league, who has seen multiple different offenses and understands what's going on. The problem is O'Connell has to learn that not everything can be a 3, 4, 5-step pass game. Sometimes you just got to grind it the fuck out and just let people do shit. That's it.
No. Okay. Other option, because you brought Darnold, we also have Daniel fucking Jones. We don't sign
before you even finish that thought. before you even like sit there and try to like come up and surmise some kind of oddball fucking weirdo,
I'm thinking salary,
like, backwards fucking ideal of what you're about to say. But before you even start, what is the one thing you've been dogging the Giants on since the beginning of the season?
I fucking hate Daniel Jones. We know this.
So then let's not even bother talking about the moldy bread in the back of the fridge that you're going to make a sandwich.
Unicorn land. Okay,
No. There's no unit. No. You see, that's the problem. That's where you guys get into issues. You start going on these phantasmal journeys in your brain about some shit that you know that's not going to happen. Again, like, don't play those games with you. Don't play your games with yourself. Daniel Jones is an emergency. That's all he was. If something happened to Darnold, they had Daniel Jones to put in the back because he already played football.
Well, Nick Mullins,
because he didn't trust anybody else. That's it.
Nick Mullins is back up in fucking Daniel.
Yeah, Mullins, but they don't trust Mullins. So they had him there just in case, because he played the whole season as a starter. That's all he was. He'll get released at the end of the season. He'll get put off somewhere. Maybe he'll end up in Jacksonville as a backup, or somewhere else as a backup, or maybe he'll end up behind what's his name in Chicago. Whatever, like that's his. Maybe at some point in time he'll get better, and he'll figure it out. You know, unfortunately, he had a lot of different fucking things going on in the Giants. Like, it just is what it is. You know, maybe he'll figure it out. He'll be a comeback guy. Maybe, who knows? But like, if you guys blow up what you have right now, you will be one of the sorriest teams in the NFL. I'm just telling you right now. If you guys wasted all that money on Jefferson, traded for Aaron Jones, have that whole situation with your defense all set up the way it is. If you guys fuck that up somehow, you guys are going to be one of the sorriest fucking teams in the NFL because there is no reason for anybody to fucking eat this shit up. Like, you've got all your peas in a fucking pod right now. Everything is exactly how it's got to get laid out. Next 2 years, you guys are instant contenders. Instant contenders. Like, you're already at the top of the fucking league. You have no problem. Everyone's coming in next year being like, fuck, we got to play the Vikings. Shit, we got to play the Vikings. How are we going to stop the Vikings? Like, that's it. If you guys had a run game, forget it. Like, you got it. That's it. Like, then you have a whole other dynamic of shit that they got to deal with. Like, that's it. Like, but just let it. You got McCarthy. If they believe in McCarthy, you sign Darnold for another year or so, and then you just let him take over when he's ready. That's it. Like, there's no point in going out to try to get someone else to win. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense. I hate when teams do that. I hate it. I hate when
now. I'm a bit more optimistic.
I hate it.
Fucking crazy.
I still don't think you'll beat the Lions, but it's okay though. It's fine.
Why are you gonna say that? See?
Well, because I'm just being. Listen, I'm always honest. I'm always gonna tell you it straight.
Yeah,
like,
but the Lions are gonna be on the down after this.
No, not really. Not really. Not really. They got Jahmyr Gibbs. They're gonna pay a lot of money to. Amon St. Ron's already signed. Penny Sewell's already signed. Their defense is a budget. They've shown how deep their defense is. Like, what's gonna kill them next year is who's going to run the offense, who's going to run the defense. Because if Aaron Glenn goes, which most people are saying he's either going to go either Jets or Saints because he used to play for both those teams, it's going to be hard to find. It's going to be hard to find a defense coordinator. Maybe they go get Saleh. Not a bad idea. Saleh's a really good defense coordinator. Terrible head coach.
Yes,
really good defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Offensive coordinator, that's going to be the issue. Because Ben Johnson is one of the best football minds in the NFL right now, bar none. Like, he's got a system that people can't stop because it's got so many tangents. Like, you got talking about a guy who's literally had games where they've ran the ball 30 times and they've thrown the ball 30 times. Like, that's how dynamic his offense is. Like, that's a guy who builds an offense based on what he has, and that's very rare to find in the NFL. There's like him and Munkin, who are two guys who can build an offense around what guys do. And that's a very, very rare. So, like, if they win the Super Bowl, I'm going to say Johnson's gone 100%. If they don't win, there's a chance he may come back and just to, like, try to figure out how to finish it up. Like,
a lot of maybes, a lot of ifs, ands, or buts, bro.
That's it. But we'll see. I don't know. That team,
I still think
the team is stacked.
I still think the Ravens are winning everything, personally.
I strongly think it's going to be Ravens. It's going to be Ravens and it's going to be Ravens and the Lions in the Super Bowl right now.
I don't know. I don't put past the Eagles, bro. I like the Eagles right now too. I don't know.
The Eagles are good. I just what's his name? Jalen Hurts is not as good of a quarterback.
Oh, I know.
Quarterback as a raw quarterback as all the other quarterbacks who are still in the playoffs. That's the problem. Like the San Francisco said, like we put the blueprint out on how to stop him. And if you got a defense that's good enough, you're going to be able to stop him. And you're going to be able to figure it out. Now they have Saquon to run the ball now, so it's a little bit different. But if you still force him to put that ball in Jalen Hurts' hands and be like, you got to make all the throws, yeah, I'm not sure if that's really.
He's not a top quarterback.
Let me put it this way: if I got to put the ball in Goff's hands or Jalen Hurts' hands,
yeah,
I'm going Goff all day, every day.
100%. So am I.
Like,
I'm not taking Jalen Hurts over Goff.
Goff is like MVP number 3 right now. Like I'm going. That's why I'm saying, like, if you balance them out. Yeah, and then if you look at, like, talent-wise, very similar. Like, you got a lot of similarities between the two. I'd say that Detroit's more talented on offense. Like, Saquon better than Jahmyr Gibbs, not by a lot though. Amon St. Ra, not better than what's his name? Than Brown. Yeah. Not better than Brown. Brown's better. Jameson Williams and Devontae Smith, that better route runner in Devontae.
Yes.
Faster guy in Jason.
Yes.
So different different style of, but like equal distant. You talk about tight ends. What's his name on Detroit is better than Goddard. Faster, better athlete.
Faster. I don't. Who do you want more?
Better athlete, better hands. Like you're talking about a guy who can go for 100.
Goddard has great hands.
Yeah, but what's his name has made plays like that tight ends shouldn't make. Like at his size, like
well, he's fast. He's fast.
That's what I'm saying. Though. If you're talking about a guy, like I give it to Detroit over Goddard. Plus Goddard's also older, so it's like I give it to them 100%. Where it's different is you're talking about with Jalen Hurts, he brings a different dynamic of being able to run the ball. Now, will that be a thing with the way that they play defense? I don't know. It depends. Like if it gets to that point, that game's going to come down to who has a better defense, who coached up their defense better, like who's going to not fall for the tricks, who's not going to like. It's going to come down to the defensive coordinators like going at it. That's what it's going to come down to is who plays a better defense, who plays a better DC. But yeah.
All right, let's wrap it up there, guys. Great show. If you like us, and if you don't, well, fuck you. So it is what it is, and we'll see you all through this fucking playoffs because we fuck this shit every fucking week. All right,
and the Vikings suck. Bye.
Giants suck. Shut up. Bye.